Hey guys, so I am back with another video. I am continuing working on the Starbucks Venti cup. I already did the lid with you guys, and today we are going to be working on the logo. This is the lid I did with you guys. I will link the video up on the right hand corner. Quick review, it was mostly SS20 with an exception of a few other rhinestones. If you want to look more into it, I will link the video on the right hand corner. So let's get started. So I am going to start off by filing down the logo. I'm going to be using a softer file because I don't want to mess up my logo that much. I still want to be able to see it once I'm placing the rhinestones, but I want it to be scratched enough that the rhinestones will stick. So I am going a little bit over the logo also because once I place the other rhinestones on the actual, around the logo, I don't want them to be scratching my rhinestones that I already placed. So once you're done filing, clean it off with some alcohol. I got my rhinestones ready to go, my epoxy glue. So let's do this. So I am using epoxy glue. You guys know, if you watch my videos, I love using that on tumblers. It works super well. So I am placing it on by sections with my toothpicks. I love to use toothpicks once I'm placing epoxy glue. So I am going to be using SS3 size rhinestones for the whole logo. I am not using anything bigger than that. That's the only size I am using. I have the emerald greens and the AB crystal rhinestones. That is what I'm using for the whole logo. So like I said, I like to use epoxy glue, and this is a 30-minute epoxy, which gives me time to work with. And that's why I am doing by sections, because I don't want my epoxy to end up drying up and messing up my logo, So that's why I am doing sections a little bit at a time. And I'm starting off on this side of the logo. So details on the logo, what you want to know when it comes to bedazzling the Starbucks siren logo. This is for a Venti cup, like I said before. So I am using SS3 rhinestones for the whole logo. Nothing bigger, nothing smaller. That is what I'm using for the whole logo. I'm using epoxy, and I am working by sections, so I have time to work with. So you have to file down your surface, and I did by packs of, most packs of rhinestones come with 1,440. I bought one of each, the AB crystals and the emerald green, and that was way more than enough to do one logo. So if you want to go ahead and buy your rhinestones, all you need is one pack of each of 1,440. That's what they're usually sold by, just so you guys know. You need your pickup tool, and this did take me about 2 hours to do, just for the logo alone. It is a lot of time, but trust me, the results are totally worth it. It's so much, time, sweat, and tears that you put into it that you will see, the results you want. It's so beautiful. It's so detailed. I mean, these rhinestones are so small that it gives this such a beautiful, look. It's totally worth it. Those 2 hours are totally worth it. Trust me. And like I said, that is just for the logo. That's not including the lid. That's not including the whole cup that we're about to do. Okay. So like I said, we will be working on the whole cup. I did the lid. I'm doing the logo now. And we will do the whole cup pretty soon. So stay tuned, like and subscribe, and I'll show you guys how to do the whole cup. So like I said, time yourself. You know how good you are at rhinestoning if you have practice. If you don't, time yourself off depending what glue you're using. If you're using epoxy, depending on the time it has for you to work with, do your sections. Don't put epoxy or glue all over your logo, because then you're not going to have time to place all those rhinestones. Like I said, it took me 2 hours, okay? 2 hours to place all these tiny little rhinestones. That's a long time. So work on your sections. So quick tip. I would totally recommend for you guys to do your outlines with your rhinestones like I am doing here. It makes life so much easier. It gives you a guide, and all you have to do is fill it in. So you want your logo to still be round, so you can put the rhinestones we're going to put on the actual, cup around the logo to fit perfectly. So you have to make sure your rhinestones stay on the circle. That's why I'm doing the outline, making sure it's nicely placed on the circle logo, and then I can just fill it in. Super simple. Also, if you do decide to use epoxy, remember to always go back and double check your rhinestones that they're not moving around, because they do tend to move when you have epoxy. It gives you time to move stuff around, and that's always great, but sometimes they slip and you have to remind yourself to go back and double check everything. So like I said, outlines help so much. Gives you the guide, and then you can easily just fill them in. Also, remember, when you are working with small rhinestones, make sure your pickup tool is sharpened or it's super pointy, so it's easy for you to pick up those rhinestones. And the back of the pickup tool, the pointy part, is really helpful when it comes to organizing, making sure your rhinestones are placed exactly where you want them. This little pointy thing, it helps so much. So invest in a good pickup tool. They last forever, and yeah, so I know they can be pricey, but it's worth it. So just another quick tip, make sure it is sharpened or that it is, really pointy. So I am just about done with my first section. Remember, I'm working with epoxy, so I do want to time myself. I know how much I can do in 30 minutes. So I went on ahead and did the other side. So far I have done 2 sections. I am working on my third section. So I am doing now the crown and blending in both sections that I already did. So remember, I am using SS3 for the whole logo. You are free to use bigger sizes, but I just love the detail, the end result that it gives using just one size on this specific logo. It looks so beautiful. So I would recommend using the SS3 for the whole logo. It is time consuming, but it's totally worth it. So remember, do your outline so it's so easy to fill in. It saves you so much time. It works as a guide and it makes life so much easier. And remember to keep it nice and round because we want those rhinestones that we're going to use on the cup to go and be placed on super easily. So I am done working with my third section. I joined the two sides together, and I'm gonna start working on a section of the hair and the face. So let's keep going. So now that we are working on the hair, I would recommend for you guys to do one line at a time to make sure that the rhinestones are placed exactly how you want them to, and everything is going to be nicely and neatly placed. And like I said, working on epoxy, you have to go back and double check everything is placed exactly where you want it, because it will slip. So now I am working on the face. The face you have to be very careful with because it's so easy to mess it up. So I went on and applied some rhinestones and worked my way on the face, adding more as it needed. I zoomed in as much as I could so you guys could see exactly how many rhinestones I placed on each eye, on the nose, and on the mouth, and the rest of the face. So I am done with the face. I went on ahead and did the other side of the hair. And now I am on to my last section, which is the body. I am doing one line at a time until I get to the bottom. So in total I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. So like I said, that just shows you how much time consuming this is. But like I said, it is totally, completely worth it. Super beautiful and super detailed. So this is beginner friendly for your first Starbucks cup, your first Venti plastic cup. They sell these at every Starbucks you go to. So a quick review. Like I said, I used SS3 of each color, one pack of what they usually sell, with 1,440 rhinestones. You will have leftovers, so don't worry about it. Don't buy extra packages. All you need is one of each. I used AB crystals for the white section and emerald green for the green section. So I hope you guys like this video and enjoyed it and apply it. You know, if you want to bling your cup up, stay tuned because I will be working on the whole cup next. We already did the lid, we're done with this logo, and next is the rest of the cup. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it and you learned something, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.